Hi, a good evening. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2. I do thank you for tuning in, and peace and blessings be upon you and your family this evening. Now we are going to get right back into the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. We are now in the last chapter of the book. We're in chapter 18, which is entitled Conclusion. And the conclusion goes like this. Every chapter in this book is filled with examples of the kinds of problems the Black woman has both emotionally and mentally. Until the Black man is able to collectively access the amount of psychological damage done to the character of the Black woman, he cannot know where or how to begin correcting it. It's deep. It's an infection that for many years has robbed the Black man from reaching his full potential as King of Kings. He is held back by his queen, who is deeply entrenched in fear. Fear that she will be recognized and required to change. She is trying to run away from the problem. She is trying to flee from the individual work that must be done to save our nation. Although not lazy by nature, she has become loose and careless about herself and about her man and family. Her brain is smaller than the Black man's. So while she is acclaimed for her high scholastic achievement, her thought process does not compare to the conscious Black man's. Her complaints and whining about the lack of qualified Black men has led her to the white men's celibacy and lesbianism. She would rather live in the artificial stages of these types of random, poorly thought out choices than accept the options offered to her by the Black man. As the first, the original, and the leader, the Black man is responsible for remaking the Black woman into what she must become. It is not the easiest job, and payment will be slow and the initial benefits few. The recipient challenges the work that must be done. She is hard to train, and it will take time, patience, endurance, and attention. Great sacrifices reap great results. Occasionally, there surfaces a Black woman who strives to be civilized. She is refined, intelligent, clean, courteous, and cheerful. It is a lucky Black man who finds or makes this kind of Black woman. She represents good material to work with. She requires guidance, but because of her being in line with the true nature of the Black woman, she is easier to train and submit herself for correction. This type of woman accepts her responsibilities as wife and as mother. She is satisfied and content with what her Black man provides for her and her family. Money is not her God. She lives a simpler existence. teaches her children good values, and spends time with them to influence their futures. She is obedient and respectful to her man, pursues wholesome goals, is respected in her community, and dresses in a stylish, non-seductive way. She does not curse or be loud in public. She supports her man and enjoys the splendor of a happy sex life. This kind of black woman is a rarity, but she does exist. The black man's work on the black woman must be carefully done so as not to permanently maim her ego. He must approach the challenge, her behavior, head on. And he must do it in such a way that he will not drive her insane. He must do it in a way possibly different in each situation according to the degree of her problem. His words must not be based on the rationale and reasoning of the American way of life. Instead, his way must be one of his very own design, based on his individual needs and desires. Whatever he wants his woman, children, and home to be like. His standards of making these decisions must not be calculated necessarily by the current American lifestyles. He must figure out how to maintain a family and household in peace. A household where there is love and sincere caring for each of the members. He must control his group, his family, by being civilized in his asking and telling. The initial introduction of a new way of living will be a little rocky, but this will subside in about 3 weeks. It takes approximately 3 weeks to make a change. If the black man can maintain his seriousness of purpose for just 3 weeks, he will start to reap the benefits of change. The black woman should be the proudest female on the earth, and she should feel she is the most blessed of all humankind because she is the mate of the greatest form of life on the planet, the black man. Instead of opting for this prestigious position, she has chosen the role of rebellion and hostility. But she is not herself. Herself is the most valuable and most beautiful vessel the black man owns. She has no match. Also remember that much covered in this text concerning the problems of the black woman discusses variable levels of indoctrination. Certainly, not all black women suffer from all of these traits to the fullest extent, but rest assured that all of them are tainted on some level with every ailment mentioned, covertly, overtly, or both. These are very serious times. Black lives are at risk from the deadly extreme of drugs to the misleading comforts of nestling in the warm armpits of the system. Every stage of livelihood is contaminated. The plan to create a dead brain in the slave was set in motion in 1555, and the effect was designed to be self-perpetuating throughout each commencing generation. It is a mold, a frame of mind, an ideal of mental death and deterioration that permeates the black nation. Currently, the disconnection of Black people and their failure to come to an agreement on the time and what must be done continues to mushroom and snowball at the same time. The problems loom larger and are more widespread than ever in the 90s. Distrust, disunity, and disagreement is rampant in every Black community, and worse, in nearly every Black household. The condition of the Black woman is the strongest manifestation of this defect. Clear warnings have come from the problem solvers of our era, and some of the solutions have been presented by the problem makers. But to date, they have all been rejected. Groups are splintered and competitive with each other. This is also witnessed in the Black family. The warners who came with clear messages have died, been killed, are systematically ignored, and truth has been reduced to an interpretation of mere opinion. It does not matter now how much financial help is given to the Black nation or how much is taken away. If the basic foundation of the Black man and Black woman's attachment is not repaired, the Black nation in America will continue to self-destruct without additional help or hindrance from anyone. It is already on a roll. Superior education, business, advancements, sport, achievement, and marvelous entertainment is not enough. We must breed new people and teach them new ideas. Black men and Black women have a clear choice to make, a choice to live resulting from change, or a choice to die from rejecting the truth. Let me repeat that one. Black men and Black women have a clear choice to make, a choice to live resulting from change, or a choice to die from rejecting. It kind of bleeped out. I'm going to do it one more time. Third time's a charm. Black men and Black women have a clear choice to make, a choice to live resulting from change, or a choice to die from rejecting this truth. This book poses a question of survival, and the individual choices made by the Black man and the Black woman about this situation will determine whether or not the Black nation will slowly heal or continue to die a shameful, disrespectful, and unnatural death. There is no point in being embarrassed about the facts presented in this text because they simply outline the current effects of 4 centuries of slavery on the minds and actions of Black people. All of the Black people, including the colored, the Negro, the Blacks, the Afro-Americans, and the new title, African American. It is still not settled about who we are. And superficial unity based on racial identification is not adequate for progress anyway. The sheer ignorance and mimicry that Blacks practice is recognized and known throughout the civilized world. The pitiful state of condition of the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child is not hidden. Certainly not from the people who caused it to be this way. Remember, the Black nation is not responsible for being enslaved. However, we are responsible for our freedom. And until Black couples make a conscious decision to practice the behavioral modification required to change the slavery thought patterns and combat the practices that perpetuate failure and dependency, the Black family will continue on the downhill roller coaster to hell and extension it is currently riding. We can no longer look to the people who put us in this condition to provide us a way out of it. We must do this ourselves. We must plan sanely for our futures. So make no mistake about it. This writing is a call for the blood. The special blood of the seed of the original black men who have within their genes the knowledge of great legacy of progress and eternal peace. Every black man will not heed this call. For some of them, it is already too late. They have been emotionally destroyed. Their problems are only symptoms of the causes, which are detailed in this book. This writing is also a call to the black man to confront and conquer the terror-filled veins flowing throughout the black woman's body. And it is a platform for the black man to learn what he must do to survive. No black man is exempt from these instructions. Repeat. No black man is exempt from these instructions. Repeat. No black man is exempt from this information. Said instructions twice and information. He must elevate himself to the occasion. Rise, black man, and take your rightful place as ruler of the universe and everything in it, including the black woman. And that does complete the conclusion, chapter 18, of the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Stay tuned to Poem Praise 2. We're going to certainly finish out the last comments of this here book. But until then, I want you and your family to be blessed and have a wonderful rest of the evening. And until next time, later, y'all.